Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, One Piece fans and the Straw Hat crew unite because we have some very exciting announcements that are going to come this week for the One Piece live-action Netflix adaptation Season 2. And yes, boys and girls, we've got a lot of cool stuff to go over already so far, but this looks like it will be a very exciting week for One Piece fans out there because we've got more and more of the cast that is going to get announced later this week, but we've already got a whole bunch of updates going on as well. And now I, for one out there, was one of those people out there. I'd never really watched a lot of the One Piece anime. It was one of those things that a lot of my friends out there told me time and time to get to, but the daunting task of those literally well over 1,000 episodes trying to even think about taking a crack at something like that absolutely seemed too daunting for me to take. So of course, Netflix live action adaptation was a great little starting off point for me, and I know as a guy that literally binge watched almost the entire season, first season in a one day, was something that I was very happy with, and now has gotten me to get into the anime as well, which I think is what any good adaptation should do, is it should get you to go back there and check out the source material, check out the original sources, check out the manga, and of course in this case check out the anime as well, which I think I'm currently sitting somewhere around almost 800 episodes. I know I've got a very long way to go, but be kind with your humble common nerd, because boys and girls, we've got some wonderful announcements directly from the horse's mouth itself. The One Piece's Netflix official account out there, as you can see, News Coup just delivered something special from Oda Sensei, and it's filled with excitement and anticipation for season 2. Big reveals are on the horizon. Straw Hats, brace yourselves for the journey ahead, and I, for one, am super excited to see what we've got going on in here. So we're going to check out this entire post, go through the entire little minute right here directly from Oda himself. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow or not already. And also leave us a comment in the section down below. Let us know you were excited about this, whether or not what you think about this, and of course what you thought of course, the first season of the Netflix live action adaptation. And also, if you come over here and found this video because of our shorts video, also let us know about that as well. I'd love to see what kind of crossover we get. So, right here from Netflix and Tomorrow Studios, with of course Oda's signature right here on the bottom. So yes, the live action One Piece is currently in production, with the filming well underway, which is something we'd already known. It's something we talked about. If you missed some of our older videos about the One Piece stuff, definitely go back and give some of those some love, because there were some great releases. They had an awesome little marketing trailer, seeing the entire crew, the cast all get back together on the deck of the Going Merry, and it was just one of them situations where you really had to love to see it. So the story will cover Logtown, Reverse Mountain, Twin Cape, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island. Think about it. Imagine how much it will cost, LOL, which is one of those things. I mean, seriously, after the success of season 1 on Netflix, starting it to be one of their highest rated and reviewed and watched shows of all time, literally Oda and everybody else involved with this got themselves a golden ticket. Netflix will write them any check they want as long as they continue to give them this kind of success going forward. So yeah, they're basically like, yeah, go ahead, do whatever you want. You want to make it as accurate as possible? By all means, have at it. We don't care. Here, money printer, go, brrr, here's your check, open ticket, open ticket. But whether it's the script or the cast, I continue to insist on this or that, which makes the showrunner go, arg! And Netflix go, no! And Tomorrow Studios go, what? As they all pull their hair out. And that's one of the things that I love about it. I think that's one of the reasons why this show, for the most part, pleased a lot of the fans from the original series, because Oda was so actively involved in it. This is one of the reasons why, if you go back and watch some of my older videos, which you can find the archives for that over on Rumble, talking about all of the kind of stuff, I was actually one of the ones that was going out there and promoting this show and saying it looks like this is going to actually be good. I went from cautiously optimistic to downright optimistic because of all of the love and care that was shown to this series, and of the fact that Oda was involved in every single step of the way and had to approve everything all the way down to the costumes before it would ever see the light of day. That is something that I think we need to see more of out there in adaptations, and this is something that I think is what made the live action One Piece series such a success with the fans and everybody else. And let him do it. Keep making them scream, keep making them holler, and stick to their guns, because absolutely this has been very successful so far. You've made the fans happy, and that's the most important part. All that, even though we grew so close making season 1, it's because we all share the same passion for this show. Just as with the last season, they've gone out of their way to promise that they won't put the show out until I'm satisfied. And that's what we like to hear. That's why we should be excited, because if nothing else, this is Oda's vision and Oda approved, ladies and gentlemen, and that is very nice to see. This isn't in the contract, you know. It's a verbal pledge. I hope you can appreciate how amazing and determined they are at keeping their word. And that's something amazing. And that's not something we've ever heard specifically talked about. We all just assumed from the outset, because he has so much creative control, that this was something that was actually legally binding and written in their contract. And you have Oda coming out there and saying, no, that's not the case. But because of the verbal agreement they made, that they will absolutely continue to do this. And I like that. The day they stop doing that, the day Oda stops putting out this kind of information, that's when you know things are going to go sideways. Fortunately enough, it looks like that is not going to end up being the case anytime soon. So I hope you can appreciate how amazing and determined they are for keeping their word. And they've certainly proven their ability to bring the world to screen. I certainly can't wait to see it. Meanwhile, the previously announced cast is compiled on the official X account, so go check it out. The Grand Line is even more expansive world. You may wonder, what was the inspiration behind the kingdom? How would it connect to the real world? Naturally, the distinct cast members have been assembled from around the world, and I can't help but get excited thinking about the adventure has already begun. Among those yet to be announced, what about Vivi and Miss All Sunday? What are they doing with Chopper? We can't announce everyone all at once, but starting tomorrow, we'll be announcing more cast members over 3 days. August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Look out for those and stay tuned for more exciting updates to come. And I, for one, cannot wait to find out how well it's done. I mean, they've been pretty spot on. They've done a pretty good job with most of the casting. The fans have been pretty happy with everything going forward. And as far as right now, we even understand some of the certain normally complaints of what we'd hear about, like race swapping and stuff like that. We were understood for the story, and it's all been very well thrown in. It hasn't been part of the marketing or the rest of the kind of nonsense. So this is something that has absolutely gone over very, very well for the fans. And in case you friendly reminder, in case you don't know, the people that we've already got announced: Miss Valentine, we've got Mr. 3, Mr. 5, Mr. 9, we've got Broggy, of course, one of the Giants, Crocus, of course, and I think Clive Russell is just the perfect for that cranky old doctor out there. Dory, we've got Dalton. I mean, the guy looks pretty accurate on this one too, right there. He's definitely got that kind of strong jaw, that kind of leadership you're looking for. Smoker, although I do think the actor might be a little young for it, other than that, having the strong jawline, and if you want to keep him around for a long time, which obviously Smoker is a reoccurring character out there in the One Piece series, it would make sense to find a younger guy as well. And Tashigi, the girl's gorgeous. I think she's going to be perfect. Throw some glasses on her and it would be a great time. And of course, Walpole, the actor, already looks like kind of got that face to it, so it should end up being really well. So I'm excited to see what ends up coming out over the next couple of days. I'm excited to see season 2. I cannot wait to see what happens. I'm working my way through the anime right now. I'm trying to get caught up, I promise, boys and girls, but it is a very daunting task. With all of your love and appreciation for not only these videos, but for how much everybody has been so excited about the Netflix's live action series, I think is one of those things that keeps a lot of fans motivated and a lot of people going with this, because it's always one of those situations where you're always cautious about diving into any kind of major franchise or IP in the modern era, because you're worried if you invest all of these hours and all of this time and all of this money, you're just afraid that they're going to end up torching it with what we've seen happen with a lot of live actions, when a lot of these major corporations get a hold of these IPs and start doing things to devastate and destroy them. Fortunately enough, it looks like as of right now, the One Piece series is not one of those that's going to happen to, as long as Oda continues getting to approve this kind of stuff, and as long as the fans keep making sure that their voices are heard about this kind of stuff. I think we'll end up seeing a very successful series going forward that is only going to draw even more fans into the anime and in the turn the manga as well. And that, boys and girls, at the end of the day, is the most important part about any live action adaptation. Can you bring new fans in? Can you actually appeal to a broader audience out there and cause everything else downstream of that to end up going up? And that's exactly what Netflix has pulled off with the One Piece live action. Keep it up, boys and girls, and we'll make you rich. If you decide to end up going sideways and disrespect Oda's lore and the fans, well, we know exactly what's going to happen. So keep it up, for I, for one, am excited to see season 2. I cannot wait to find out who else we're going to be adding to the roster out there for the Netflix's live action. And I, for one, this Sumble Straw Hat, boys and girls, I cannot wait to see what goes on in forward. And I'm so glad to see that they're going to keep approving at making sure everything goes through Oda, so that way even some of the adaptations we get going forward, like the remake of the anime, should end up being just as good, if not even better, boys and girls. Thanks for watching, and let us know what you think about all of this down below.